and they're away. Pretty level one on the extreme left, Super Soldier. The other grey, Azizam, going forward with also Underwriter in the red cap on this left-hand side, with Igoli in light blue colours. Coppull leading towards the stand side on the right, track by Puerto Rico. And then Maximise just off those, the all-blue jacket from Chicago Call. And at the back of those is Havana Hurricane, who's got a bit of ground to make up in these early stages. A bit of time yet, though, as they race down to the halfway stage. And on the right, Coppull leads now to Maximise. Puerto Rico, Chicago Call, and Havana Hurricane. The action on the far side, well, it's Underwriter disputing it with Azizam and Super Soldier on the extreme left, and they're chased by Igoli as they pass the 2 furlong marker here. Hard to say what's in front. Coppull probably doing pretty well on this stands rail. Coppull in the red jacket, probably the leader. Chased by Puerto Rico, Maximise, far side Super Soldier is Coppull. Havana Hurricane now coming with his late run in the pink sleeves. Coppull's out in front though with an advantage of a length or so over Havana Hurricane and Puerto Rico, and on the stand side, Coppull wins the Richmond. Puerto Rico just second, Havana Hurricane in third, Chicago Call was fourth.
Clive Cox is soaked, but he doesn't care. He's just won the third Richmond with Coppull. Congratulations. So that was a really stylish performance from him.
I was thrilled, and to be fair, I was a little bit worried, even though his sister's won on soft ground, because he's got such a beautiful action on a nice surface. We were over the moon with the third place at Royal Ascot. It stood out to me there that he would really relish this track, and just found a really easy rhythm. He's very quick and did that really well. And you know, for Sophie and David Armstrong and everything, breeding these horses as well as winning these sort of races, there's a lot of years' work gone into those families, and it gives me a great thrill to do it. And you know, winning the Richmond, never thought of it being like this, but another very good memory.
His talking of David Armstrong, his granddad, didn't he, Mason, winning these kind of conditions, didn't he?
He did, yeah. I'm still not sure he'll go on really soft ground. So, you know, if we'd been in the next race, it could have been harder work. But he's still very good, and he showcased that pleasingly today. Very
much so. Happily it held up until it crossed the line, rather than when it was starting. Now, you've won this with Supremacy and with Golden Horde. Both very good, very smart. What do you think of Coppull? How does he compare?
Well, I think he's very gifted similarly with that pace, and he's a proper 6 furlong horse. So, you know, usual sort of plans from here. Middle Park will be the end goal, really. And he has a bit of size and scope there. I don't see any reason why it won't make up into a really nice 3-year-old as well.
I was going to ask, because Golden Horde went on, Supremacy not so much, but you think this one will take after the former?
Well, I think he really did appreciate that time between races from Ascot to here. And I think there's more to come with the right behaviour, so I'm thrilled to bits.
I'll let you go and get dry. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Lydia. Thank you.
Coppull had that experience at group level last time at Ascot. It has served him extremely well.
Yeah, certainly did. He had group level form from Royal Ascot, as you say. But David Probert, I know it's a sprint race and it's a straight line, but he's given his horse a great ride. He's crossed from stall 8 to the fresher ground on the stand side. And he's used his early speed, Nick, to get a little bit of an advantage on the field, and then he really has responded well to dig deep. It did look like he was going to be swallowed up by Havana Hurricane, whose run petered out somewhat, didn't it? And Puerto Rico was running an absolute blinder.
This is a race that has been extremely kind to Clive Cox. He won it with Supremacy in 2020, and he won it with Golden Horde in 2019. Both those horses went on to bigger and better things. And this horse, I think they can realistically dream of a good run in a Group 1.
I think you have to, yeah, and it's a really well-measured, controlled performance from him. It wasn't a helter-skelter sprint race. He wasn't really taken on. Maximised and Puerto Rico were happy to sit in behind, take a lead and not push him. So that's helped David Probert a little bit, do things on his own terms. But he's brought him across to the rail. I think that's helped Coppull in the latter stages. We saw at Royal Ascot last time that he wandered around a little bit in the big expanse on the open space at Royal Ascot, and just having that rail to race against has helped him, and he's obviously growing up and learning with his racing. But as I say, a really controlled performance from him, and the rain is coming down in force.
Wow. This is This is a proper torrent now at Goodwood. And start revising your selections now, I would, because this is going to more than take the top off. Just a reminder, the first race today was run on ground described as good to firm in places, and they dipped under standard. Now, it didn't come in time really to materially impact that race, but just take a look at it now. I don't think it's going to last all that long, this shower, judging by the radar.
Shower?
But it might not. But it might not be the last of them. That's
like
the
being
point.
Stood in the shower.
Yeah, you could have. You could have 3 or 4 more of these during the course of the afternoon.
Well, it's definitely a storm, Nick, and I think we can name it Storm Coppull, because he stormed up that stand-side rail. It's always an advantage to race on the stand-side rail, but it wasn't an accident. It was a great ride from David.
Now, what's that on the track?
I'm not sure. Something blew across, I think, didn't it?
Did that blow across in front of the runners? Couldn't quite pick it up. I don't think it was a weight clock, because it seemed to be in front of the runners.
Puerto Rico has run really well in second. I think he's still a maiden, obviously, but he's a horse that, unlike Coppull, who I think is going to be 6 furlongs probably, and they'll stick down this route for the time being at least, and probably into early next year looking at maybe Commonwealth Cups and things like that. I think Puerto Rico will be stepping up to 7 furlongs before the season is out.
And you mentioned David Probert at the beginning of the programme, man who's just about to head off to Hong Kong with Richard Kingscote, and they're both advertising their talents handsomely. Hong Kong Jockey Club will be absolutely delighted, I should think.
Yeah, they'll be rubbing their hands with glee in Hong Kong, attracting 2 of our best riders. And David's such a good jockey. He's been so good for so many years. He's still chasing that first elusive Group 1 win, but he's such a good man, and he's giving his horse a great ride. You know, he's thought about what he's doing here.
And this horse, before the year's out, might give him a shot at one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I'm not sure when he leaves for Hong Kong.
Oh,
End of August, I think.
Oh,
isn't
is it?
I think it's after York they go, isn't it?
Yeah, so
okay,
yeah,
might not have an opportunity on him.
No, I mean, I wonder will he think twice now, but he's already committed to Hong Kong, and maybe that's the thing to do as a jockey. Take a job in Hong Kong and watch your career really turn round.
Look at
Clive
that
Cox is beaming from ear to ear. He is not feeling one drop of this rain, even though he will be completely saturated. Utter delight. David Armstrong, the Armstrongs, the owners, the last time that they've seen these colours get this sort of a dousing was when this horse's grandsire Mason won the July Cup, and the animals were swimming 2 by 2 past the furlong pole.
We don't see them quite. They don't have quite so many horses in training nowadays, but this horse a homebred and a big success for them.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.